friends, with you it's Andrea Purvu, and today I welcome you guys back to a new video. Today we are going to discuss about Real Madrid's tactics against Valencia in the match in LaLiga. So without any further ado, let's get started. So first of all, we are going to discuss about what happened in the first half. So the thing is that on paper, the formation of Real Madrid used was a 4-3-3, but in reality they barely played like that. But in reality, especially in the first half, we could see that it was more of a 4-4-2 created by this defensive line of Valverde, Eder Militao, Hausen and Alvaro Carreras, and this midfield created by Arda Güler, Tchouaméni, Bellingham and Vinicius, and in the attack Mastantuono and Mbappe. This time what I've seen a change in Tchouaméni's position and in Tchouaméni's role. I've seen him playing as a defensive midfielder, but more I've seen him creating as a center mid and engaging a lot with the midfield. So yeah, I've seen him a bit more offensive in the sense that he was not playing as a defensive midfielder that much, as a pivot. He more was playing as a center mid. And the rest of the midfield, I could see them engaging a lot in the attack. I could see Arda Güler, whenever he felt like it, he would go on the right wing or in the center, or Bellingham in the left wing and in the center, and Vinicius in the left wing. And yeah, this gave the attack a lot of versatility and as well the midfield. So yeah, I really liked how these three players were used, because they used a lot their creativity and their skills, and whenever they felt like it, they went offensively. And yeah, Tchouaméni, honestly, I really liked him. He played well as a center mid, and yeah, I think that he also is getting little by little back on track, because lately he wasn't that good. So yeah, and yeah, in the attack we can see Mastantuono playing in the right wing and Mbappe in the left wing and also as a 9. Now we are going to dive in the second half. So in the second half we can see that there are done 2 substitutions, and on paper we can see that Camavinga replaced Tchouaméni and Ceballos Arda Güler, but in reality it wasn't really like that. Actually, Ceballos replaced Tchouaméni and Camavinga replaced Arda Güler. Ceballos continuing Tchouaméni's role, and Camavinga continuing Arda Güler's duty. Also wanted to mention the fact that I think that the 2 substitutions were done because, first of all, Arda Güler got injured very early on the first half. And after that he got a bit shabby. He wasn't playing that good, though he had that really great contribution for the second goal. He intervened there perfectly for Mbappe's second goal, but yeah, he wasn't playing up to his standards, and as I said, he was a bit shabby. And also Tchouaméni, I think he was replaced because since it was already at halftime, the score was 3-0. Xabi wanted to also give Ceballos a few minutes, and yeah. So yeah, we could see Ceballos playing defensively, but mostly as a center mid. And also we can see Camavinga playing as a midfielder but being very offensive, playing in the right wing sometimes and sometimes going in the center. So yeah, after an hour of game we can see the formation changing again. So after minute 60 we could see Mbappe going directly in the right flank and playing there a lot as a right winger. We didn't see him anymore playing in the center as a 9. No, we could see definitely him playing only as a winger and as a right winger. And also Vinicius didn't have any more a role in the midfield. We could only see him as a left winger, as his favorite position, and yeah. And here Mastantuono, I put him here because Mastantuono literally was using his creativity and he didn't have a fixed position. He was either playing in the midfield here on the right, or sometimes he was going in the center to play as a 9. Wherever he felt like it, he was simply switching it. So that's why I put him here as a attacking midfielder behind Mbappe and Vinicius. And later in minute 80 we can see some substitutions and some changings in the tactics for the rhythm of the game to be slowed down and to preserve the score. So the two stars in the attack, Vinicius and Mbappe, were substituted. Mbappe was substituted with Endrick, and Vinicius with his national team colleague Rodrigo. And yeah, since this moment the team started playing more like using passes and yeah, basically passing constantly and mostly like short passes. There was nothing going on. Also, finally Courtois had a contribution because at some point the ball got to him when there were these passes going on. So yeah, that was kind of it. Also, talking about Rodrigo and Endrick, they didn't really show anything. Rodrigo didn't do absolutely anything. He was absolutely invisible. And Endrick, I felt like he was trying so hard to prove himself, but sadly no. Definitely I could still recognize his speed and his strength, but yeah, he's lacking skill. I mean, yes, he is skillful, but not enough. And yeah, you can definitely tell that he is trying so hard in training, but I also have a feeling that he's not doing the right thing in training. I think that he's way too focused on becoming more strong and gaining speed, but he's not actually focusing on his intelligence in the game, on his skills. Like, yeah. So yeah, Endrick, in my opinion, still is not a solution for Real Madrid. I don't think that he has a place there, and I simply do not think that his place is there. And yeah, also there are rumors of him getting on loan in January, and I think that that's the right decision because he definitely might fit at another big club, but not at Real Madrid. And yeah, and Rodrigo, I don't know, man. I think he's very skillful, I think he's very clever in the game, but yeah, today it was not his day. Though it was Vinicius' day and he really played extremely well. Definitely he could have played better. He also missed that penalty, but he wasn't bad anymore. Like, he wasn't bad. He had a contribution, and he had an important contribution, and he had a few really cool actions. So yeah, also I wanted to talk a bit about Valverde. I wanted to signalize the fact that in this match we could see him shooting a lot. I think that him and Kylian Mbappe were the two players that had the most shots aimed for the target. But definitely I did not recognize his shooting. I definitely think that in this game he lacked a bit his shooting ability, and yeah, he's amazing. He's a great shooter, but yeah, yesterday wasn't really his day. When it comes to that, when it comes to other skills and other contributions, he was amazing. But yeah, when it comes to shooting, it wasn't necessarily his day, but yeah, it's nothing too serious. Probably in the next game he's going to get back on track, but I just wanted to signalize that. And yeah, I really liked this game all in all. It was basically it was Real Madrid's training. Okay, so my camera ran out of battery, so I'm going to end this video here. So I wanted to say that also yeah, it was mostly like Real Madrid's training. Valencia didn't stand a chance. Valencia is also a very weak team at the moment, so yeah, it was not a victory that we could actually celebrate it because we didn't have an actual opponent. But yeah, it was nice to see this game. It was nice to see the players and their skills on the pitch. And yeah, for me, honestly, it was more like a demonstrative game for Real Madrid. So yeah, that's why I liked it, because there were many goals scored, 4 goals, there were really nice goals, and yeah, we could definitely see a lot of skill and art in their gameplay. And yeah, also it was really nice that before we could see Kylian Mbappe lifting his trophy, lifting the European Golden Boot, and I don't know why, but I really got flashbacks from the moment when Luka Modric lifted the Ballon d'Or on the Santiago Bernabeu. I don't know why I didn't think of Ronaldo, but for some reason those were the images that were going on in my mind when that moment happened. So yeah, that was really nice. Also Bellingham started scoring again. He's on a 3-game streak, I think. This is the 3rd game in a row when he scores. And yeah, it's interesting to see that version of Bellingham coming back, that version of Bellingham that was offensive and that was scoring goals. Obviously, he's not as offensive as he was in the 24th season because that's anyways not his position, but we could see him in key moments going offensively and scoring, and yeah, it's really interesting. And also I wanted to mention Alvaro Carrera's goal, the final goal. It was, in my opinion, the best goal of the night. It was incredible. I really liked it, and as I said, I really started being a fan of Alvaro Carreras. I really like his contribution at the team, and I really think that he belongs to this team. And yeah, honestly, but let me tell you something. Still, I think that so far the goal of the season in La Liga, I think still is that goal that Eder Militao scored. But I don't know. You guys actually tell me in the comments down below which goal did you find better, Alvaro's Carreras or Eder's Militao. And yeah, this was it for today's video, you guys. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Share it to your friends if you think that any of this information might be useful to them. Comment down below any suggestion for me to improve and stuff like that. And subscribe to keep in tune with all of my uploads. Okay, you guys. Bye!